Sandy Says Read. Welcome to the channel, and if you are already a subscriber, welcome back to the channel. Tonight we're going to talk about my adventures finding a bookstore in Central Florida. And I'm also going to be playing with the lighting while we're doing this. I got some new lights. Yay! I know that you guys are probably sick of looking at my weird glasses and the weird glare, so I'm going to work on that. It's going to be a learning process, you guys. As this channel grows, I will learn little snippets of things I need to do, and I will fix them as we go along. But today we're going to talk about finding this bookstore. I went on to that indie bookstore website that helps you locate independent bookstores in your area. As everyone knows, there are not that many of them left in the United States, which is a sad state of affairs. But there is supposed to be one within 50 miles of my location. So I mapped it out, plugged it into my GPS, and went there today. And when I got there, there was a sign on the door that said, "Out of business." And I was very disappointed for more than just the reason of I had driven there today, but I was sad. I mean, what? It is disappointing that so many independent bookstores are still going out of business even today. I mean, when there are so many fewer of them around, you would think that, okay, so all of our business goes there now and we would be able to support them, but apparently no. So there were still books in the store. I mean, you could look in the windows and see all these books on all these shelves still in the store. So it was very recently that this one had gone out of business, and that's a shame. So I plugged into the GPS how to get to the Barnes & Noble up north of here. I was in an unfamiliar location, so I wasn't real sure how to get to the major highway I needed to get up there. So I found it, got there, everything's good. And I got some good surprises while I was there. Tomorrow, the day that I upload this video, if I can get it edited in time, tomorrow is my birthday. Woohoo! So my folks sent me a lovely birthday card and some money to spend, and I decided, you know what? I'm going to splurge, and I'm going to spend some of it on a book or two. So at Barnes & Noble, I found something awesome that I decided this is going to be my birthday present. So let's dive in. Let's look at some of the cool things that I got. Let's do a book haul. Look, guys, I found Barnes & Noble. Okay, the first thing that I picked up at Barnes & Noble was more of a necessity than a surprise, really. This is a Nook power adapter. I think I've mentioned in one of these videos, which maybe I haven't uploaded that video yet. I don't know. Anyway, I filmed one, edited it, maybe I have it ready to upload. I have a Nook, but it is not charged at this time because I have lost the charger and cord for it. So I went ahead and I got this little power adapter that I'm hoping all I have to do is use my cell phone cord to plug in. I think it'll work. We're going to give it a try and see what happens. We'll see how that goes. Now, here is the book that I am just most excited to show you guys. I picked up this like special collector's edition of The Princess Bride. It's so beautiful. Look at this nice hardcover with all this just beautiful lettering, beautiful like gold colored lettering, and it's illustrated. Show you guys, but it's just beautiful. This is my birthday present from my folks. Haha. Thanks, Mom and Dad. Okay, let's see what else is in Sandy's Jane Eyre bag. What else is in the birthday book haul? Let's see, I picked up Me and Earl and the Dying Girl by Jessie Andrews. This one has been made into a movie. It's supposed to be humorous, even though it's based on this friendship of these two boys who then get introduced to a young girl who's dying of cancer. So there's kind of some heavy subject matter, and yet it's supposed to be very humorous. It's supposed to retain this humorous edge. So I thought, well, that's intriguing and that's interesting to me. And since it's been made into a movie, I would like to read the book before I see the movie. What else is in the bag? Oh, this. I was dying to get this book. It's called Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero. This, of course, is sort of a spoof or a play off of Scooby-Doo. What happens, though, is that these teenagers, they do catch this guy at... They seem to catch this guy at something, and then like a few years later, the guy is out on parole, and they discover he didn't really do it. And that's where the story is supposed to pick up, is at that stage. So there's interesting stuff. It's supposed to be, you know, funny again, but really interesting. And as a person who used to watch Scooby-Doo all the time when I was a kid, I was just dying when I saw this was being released. I'm like, I've got to read that. I've got to get it. So there it was. Also in the bag, on the 2 for $10 table, they had The Picture of Dorian Gray by Oscar Wilde. And this is going to seem really strange, but I've never read this, like, all the way through. You know how when you're in class and you're supposed to read a book for class and you just read the cliff notes? I think that's what happened with this one in school. So I want to read the whole thing. So I figured $5, I'll get it and I'll read it at some point. Then I picked up Dracula, Rise of the Beast. There are several authors who have stories in this compilation, this anthology, I guess you would call it, of stories. I'm really interested in the Dracula mythos, the whole vampire mythology and stories about vampires, which is one of the reasons why I wrote a vampire / fairy Christmas romance novel myself. I wrote that a couple of years ago, and it's actually out. People can get it and read it. But anyway, I'm just always intrigued by stories of Dracula and Vlad the Impaler and those things. I have several books that discuss that whole genre, milieu, I guess you would call it. Anyway, so I picked this up because I'm intrigued by it. The last one. Oh, this is the last one, and this was totally a cover buy. This was an impulse purchase, you guys. I saw this on the table and went shoom, and just picked it up. It is Caroline, Little House Revisited. This is written by Sarah Miller. This one, you guys, seriously, I saw the title, recognized that it looked like a Little House on the Prairie type of book, and I picked it up off the table and just put it on the stack of books in my hands and kept walking. I did not read the back, I didn't flip through it or anything. I just knew that this was Caroline Ingalls, therefore I was going to read it. And so now it's in my hands, it's home with me, I'm going to read it. I'm a huge Laura Ingalls Wilder fan. Of course I read all the Little House books. I would read them and reread them each summer. Even after I was an adult, I got some of Laura Ingalls Wilder's future writings. They were moving out of the big woods in Wisconsin, moving to Kansas. So this is like her, I guess her early marriage days, not very early marriage days, but those middle marriage days, I guess you would call it. So I'm just intrigued. I want to read this. I'm excited about it. I'm so glad that it was there. I didn't know that it was coming out. I'm just excited that I saw it and grabbed it, and now I get to read it. All right, guys, that was the book haul. That's all that I picked up. Thank goodness, because it was going to get expensive if I didn't stop. But I knew that I needed to get to Barnes & Noble at some point, so this was a good excuse to go today, since the indie bookstore was unfortunately closed, out of business. This gave me a good excuse to go on up to Barnes & Noble and renew my Barnes & Noble membership, which had just expired, I don't know, a few months ago maybe. It's been a little while ago that it expired, and I needed to take care of that. Needed to take care of the stuff for the Nook. I just, had to take care of some stuff. So it's good that I went. Good that I got some books. It's all great. So that's, the book haul for the birthday book haul for today. I'm glad that you guys sat through it with me. If you've got any comments to make about some of the books that I picked up, share in the little comment field below, please. Especially that Princess Bride book. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. You guys, if you've got a special book in your collection that is just gorgeous, beautiful, that you enjoy and love, tell me about it. I mean, let's geek out on our books. That's what this is for. And thank you so much.